Welcome back, guys, and I'm happy to continue this car rants episode.
Your value increases when you add value to others.
Now, today I have two topics to talk about, and these two topics are basically something that's been close to my heart. Something that I've believed. So the first thing, I'm gonna go straight into it because I don't want to take too much time. The first thing that I want to talk about is basically don't try to fall into someone else's timeline. Focus on your own timeline. A lot of times we have a lot of pressure from people around us, family, friends, that we have to do things in a certain way, do things in a particular time. It has to happen in a certain timeline, whether it be their own timeline or whether it be because it suits everyone else, because that's how it was done, and so on. So there are lots of things like that come into picture when we talk about it, like marriage, for work, or higher studies. These are all things that are probably culturally different, but it's something that definitely needs to be talked about more often, because I think everyone's journey is different, everyone's life is different, how everyone operates is different. You can have a particular way of doing things, and you can have an overall idea of how you want your life to start, or what age you want to get married, or what age you want to go into to do your masters, or what age you want to travel the world, or whatever. So all these things can be ideas that you have in your head, but in reality, what exactly is going to happen, no one knows until they actually have figured out their steps and their progress in their life. So it changes for everyone. Everyone's journey is different, so everyone has their own timeline. So don't be bogged down because they said this, they said that, and it's supposed to happen this way, it's supposed to happen at a particular age, it's supposed to happen at a particular year. It's not mandatory for you to follow someone else's timeline. Don't be forced to follow someone's timeline, right? That's exactly my point. Because everyone has a different way of looking at things, and everyone's life wraps up in a different manner. Just because your life did not span out in the same way that someone else's life is, does not mean you will not achieve success or you will not achieve greatness. Each one is finding their own way of doing things. Each one is finding their own path to their success. And that's because success for everyone is different. Success for you is different. Success for me is different. Success is something that is subjective. It differs from people to people. It differs from your circumstances. What's success for me today might not be the definition of success for me tomorrow. When we start framing ourselves in someone else's timeline, then we feel like we've lost something, or when we feel like we've actually disappointed people, or you feel let down. You feel like you have let down someone. So to avoid all that, to avoid that negative feelings, I feel like we really need to change our mindset and how we think and how we operate. What we really need to know is that each of us have our own path, and when we're on that path, the timeline that it takes to do certain things might be at different speeds. Everyone learns differently, everyone learns at different speeds, everyone climbs up their corporate ladder in a different pace. So everyone has their own way of, or speed at which things happen in their life. So don't fall into someone else's trap, or don't fall into the trap of someone else's expectation. Oftentimes that's the root cause of failure, because we're trying to copy someone, we're trying to emulate someone, we're trying to just go by the rules someone else has set. Who's setting the rules? No one's got the ability to set rules. Life is not a rule-based book. It's not like, if you do X, Y, and Z, you will obtain the end result, or this is the result, or this is success, or this is that. So yeah, so that's the wrap up on that topic. So the second topic that I want to talk about is that we win some and we lose some. So there are some things in life that we'll win, and there are some things in life that we are bound to lose in, or we will lose in to actually learn. So it's completely okay to lose in certain things, and it's okay to take learnings from those situations. What I really want to nail down is that when we win, the win can definitely set our benchmarks, but it should never ever get to your head. Now, the moment that a win particularly gets to your head and you think so highly of yourself, what generally tends to happen is, everything starts to get to you. So don't let your really high points in life get to you and to make you look like you're superior to everyone, and don't let your low points get to you either. So try to balance both. Don't try to look at both situations and try to deep every little thing, because you lose. Try to learn from it, and when you win, try to take learnings from it and try to take how you can succeed more often. Look at ways in which you can be successful in other things. Look at ways in which you can probably start something new, or challenge yourself, or build yourself to be something greater. So how can you help people around you? How can you share your knowledge? How can you share your ideas and help others around you to also grow with you? So these are ways that you can help yourself. But at the same time, the point I'm trying to make is that when you let either of those get to your head is when it derails you from your path of obtaining the goals that you have, obtaining the benchmarks that you've set in your life. So it takes you away from those core principles and values that you actually run by, because you're so caught up in what you want to do, and you're so caught up in the highs that, like the kick that it gives you, that you lose out on key life principles, on how to be nice to people, how to be empathetic, how to care for others, how to actually help people. Building communities and helping others that are around you. Those are things that you lose out on. And when you start losing out on, you'll often see from your journey that you'll start to lose more. So it's really important for us to understand these are key principles that we need to instill ourselves, as well as it's a mindset change. And with this mindset change, what happens is it helps us to be more positive in our thinking, in our approach, in our professional life, in our personal life. That positive and optimistic approach gives us the ability to learn and grow. Because I often say this, I'm going to end off with this: when you stop learning is exactly when you stop living. Thanks guys, and cheers. Take care.